Europe has a problem that no political slogan can fix. The continent is older, the workforce is shrinking, and the pension systems that once symbolized European stability are cracking under the pressure of demographics. Germany is pouring a quarter of its federal budget into pensions and still cannot offer retirees a dignified income. France is trapped in a cycle of protests every time the government tries to adjust the retirement age. And then there is the Netherlands, the one country that actually prepared for this moment. While the rest of Europe tried to postpone reform, the Dutch built a structure that can survive an aging society. In this video, we look at why Europe's pension model is breaking apart, why Germany and France are stuck, and how the Dutch became the only country ready for the future. Europe's demographic reality is harsh. In the 1960s, Germany had 6 workers for every retiree. Today, it barely has 2. Within 2 decades, it will fall close to 1.5. A system based on today's workers paying today's retirees simply cannot function with those numbers. That is why governments keep raising contributions, raising taxes, and raising the retirement age. It is a desperate attempt to maintain a promise designed for a different century.
Germany offers a clear example. To keep its pension system afloat, the government has doubled its financial support since 2010. Retirees, on average, receive just over €1,000 a month, an amount that barely covers basic living in cities like Munich or Berlin. Young workers are told that they must carry this burden indefinitely, even as their own future pensions look increasingly uncertain. The system has become a generational conflict, not a social contract. France lives the same tension, only louder. Each attempt to raise the pension age triggers mass demonstrations. For many French citizens, pensions are not just a financial policy, but a symbol of social equality. Yet the mathematics is unavoidable. Fewer workers supporting more retirees means the system cannot survive without change. Reforms are proposed, resisted, delayed, or rolled back, while the underlying demographics continue to tighten the screws. The problem is not only political, it is structural. Europe keeps trying to adjust the retirement age or the contribution rate without changing the basic model. But a pay-as-you-go system depends entirely on the size of the working population. When that population shrinks, the system fails, no matter how many reforms are attempted. The Netherlands broke out of this trap decades ago. It built a 3-pillar system, and that choice changed everything. The first pillar is the AW state pension. It is simple and predictable. Each year a person lives in the country between age 17 and the retirement age earns them 2% of the full state pension. 50 years equals full entitlement. It is based on residence, not salary, not special regimes, not political negotiations. It is transparent and everyone understands it. The retirement age itself is linked to life expectancy. When people live longer, the retirement age rises automatically. This eliminates the explosive debates seen in France and Germany. Instead of political drama every few years, the rule adjusts itself.
The second pillar is the collective workplace pension, and this is where the Dutch model outperforms every other system in Europe. Almost every worker is automatically enrolled. Both employees and employers pay in, usually between 15 and 25% of salary. The contributions are pooled into massive funds managed professionally and invested across the global economy. Over time, these contributions grow through investment returns. The latest reforms introduced personal pension pots inside the collective system. Every worker can see their own pot growing. They see exactly how much they have contributed and how much investment returns have added. They can project their future income. This transparency completely changes the psychology of retirement. People no longer rely on an invisible promise from the state. They see their pension building month after month. This visibility also reduces the anger around retirement age debates. In Germany and France, a government tells people to work longer, but workers have no sense of what that sacrifice achieves. In the Dutch system, people can see the financial impact of working an extra year. They can take the workplace pension a bit earlier if they want, understanding the consequences. The decision becomes personal, not political. The results are clear. Dutch retirees receive, on average, more than €23,000 a year. German retirees receive just over 13,000. And while Germany spends around 27% of its budget to keep its system alive, the Netherlands spends about 6%. One country is buying time, the other is building sustainability. Can the rest of Europe copy the Dutch model? Yes, but it would take time and political courage. Countries would need mandatory workplace pensions, professionally managed collective funds, long-term investment strategies, and a transition period where contributions support both the old system and the new one. This is difficult, but the alternative is worse. Europe cannot continue fighting the same pension war every 5 years. The Dutch model shows what preparation looks like: a transparent basic pension, a powerful collective funded pillar, personal pension pots that people can see, automatic adjustments linked to life expectancy, a system that grows instead of drains. Europe's pension time bomb is already ticking. The Netherlands diffused it. The rest of the continent must decide whether it wants a sustainable future or another lost decade. If you enjoyed this analysis, like the video, subscribe to the channel and visit westernrelations.com for more European political insight. Thank you for watching.